So, when I normally do a video, I'd like me sure to kind of have some relationship to the subject I'm talking about. But unfortunately, I don't own any Monster Hunter stuff, so I went with Metroid. It's close enough. It's about a hunter hunting some kind of monster that doesn't deserve to really be hunted. There's some monsters in there with the space pirates, but yeah. Anyway, so some of you may have noticed I did a little bit of a live stream of Monster Hunter World. Not something I was originally planning on doing. It was for the singer of my band Landing Strip. It was his birthday and none of us could meet up. So I thought it would be, a fun idea just to have a little bit of a live stream. Some of you guys may not know though, as that I spent quite a few hours playing the game before the actual live stream. In the end I actually got a little bit into the game. I also got a lot of footage of it as well. So you know what? Screw it. Mini review of Monster Hunter World. So let's get this out of the way. I haven't finished the game. It's a massive game, and to be quite frank, I've got other stuff I'd rather be playing. Thus, the reason for this to be a mini review. I'd be more interested if the story was good. Spoiler, it's not. I mean, for God's sake, no one has a proper name. It'd be alright if they were just glorified postboards to get missions from. But Capcom really tried hard to make me care about them, especially the handler. They try and throw it into a few life or death situations, but that's only in the cutscenes. In the gameplay, nothing of the sort happens. I suppose it's best to talk about the gameplay. Now, fair warning, I've only played Monster Hunter on the PSP, which was probably over a decade ago at this point. And that's about it. I've only played that and this game. So I'm judging it from a new player's perspective, really. But from what I've been told by veterans, the game is really streamlined compared to the others. Whether that's a good or bad thing, I don't actually know. I gather it's good. Don't quote me on that, so, So you use big ass anime weapons to beat the crap out of monsters, and then you take their body parts for crafting for better equipment and weapons. Yeah, I know I simplified it a bit, but truth be told, it is kind of that. Now there are a range of weapons with various ammo types, a few different traps and bombs you can use, but you kind of have to go out your way to use them. When you start the game and get into the main hub, the game kind of goes, here's a list of weapons, have a go, see what you like. Problem is, you need to fight monsters to see if you like them. There's a training area, but it's useless as you can't fight monsters there. There's about 14 weapon types I think, so you have to go through 14 missions just to try them all. But here's the kicker, my viewers. Eventually you'll be able to go on an excavation, which is just a free roam hunt, so no time limit or limited lives. And if you manage to pay attention through all the tutorials, 1, you got a better attention span than me, and 2, you'll learn there's a tent that you can change your equipment at. I never knew this till someone told me. This should have been something the game did from the start, just straight up, yeah, you can change your stuff there, instead of having text on text and text of useless information. The actual fighting is simple but rather satisfying. It's like a weird cross between the hectic fighting of Devil May Cry but heavy and slower, and the stamina management of Dark Souls. Weird comparison, I know, but there is a reason. Like I said, there is stamina management in the game. You can either wait for it to regenerate or you eat stuff. Hell, you even got a healing potion that makes you walk extremely slow, like when you're taking it in Dark Souls. You got a couple of combos you can pull off with the weapons, and while they're nowhere near the skill level of Devil May Cry, it still has a lot of visual flair. The combat can be a bit slow, but it is rather satisfying to knock a horn off a monster or cut his tail off, or even on the very rare occasion, you start seeing monsters fighting each other. I give Capcom a lot of props for this, but the Monster Hunter world feels very much like a real world. Monsters fight for territory all the time in this, which is rather funny. It's especially funny when you're hunting a monster and an even bigger one comes out of nowhere and just starts pummeling the one you're hunting. Just watching them just fight is really entertaining. One time in the desert area I was hunting a fairly large dinosaur monster and an even bigger devil one, I think it was called Diablo or something like that, came out from the underground, the sand and stuff like that. When it arrived, it left a large hole in the floor, which led to an underground cavern, and the monster I was hunting fell down the hole and lost a chunk of its health. That's where Monster Hunter feels good, in small moments like that. This is only enhanced when you're playing with your mates. Right, for a very rare occurrence, I'm going to review the multiplayer. As with most things, playing with your mates is great, but Monster Hunter blocks you from playing with them all the time. First of all, you either need to be the same hunter rank as your mate, or very close, or else you'll only be able to do really boring hunts. How do you raise your rank though? through the boring ass story. Now I know what you're thinking. Can't you play the story with your mates? Well, yeah, to a certain degree. You can only play with them once the mission's host has found the monster and is fighting it and has watched all the cutscenes. This is also a bad problem as it takes forever for the missions to load. I've been playing this on PS5, which meant the game loaded much faster than base PS4. But when I play with my lower ranked mate who is fighting a monster in the story mission, by the time I get to him, he's already dead. And that's one life off of 3 that we got for the mission. On the very occasion, the guy is so good at the game that he's already done a number on the monster and it's basically like a minute or 2 left before he dies. Why not load all the team at the same time and just show them the cutscenes but with their avatars or just simply the host's one? I know they can watch the cutscenes because I have my mate experienced that with one of my missions, but it wasn't the starting cutscene, it was just somewhere in the middle after I found the monster. The multiplayer is very begrudging to actually play, and that is probably the biggest mark I have against this game, which is a shame because the multiplayer is one of the best multiplayers I've ever experienced in a game. It is so smooth, and I'm playing on PS5 while my mates are playing on PS4. That is incredible crossplay right there. I know it's not between different console manufacturers, but we've never had a cross-gen kind of multiplayer before, so that's incredible. It's a shame that get that more often. You know, viewers, I've made this game sound like a bit of a mixed bag, and I don't think it is. It took me a while to get into it, and that's kind of down to me as a person. If it doesn't grab me instantly, I don't care unless I force myself into it. I know that sounds bad, but that's just me being stubborn. But I did really enjoy this game, especially with my friends. So, do I recommend this game? Only if you and your mates have got a lot of patience. Otherwise, I'd give it a miss, especially now that the content has dried up. Right, I hope you guys like this video. Like and subscribe for more content. Bye.